Hey all, this is Nosy is back with the Red Rust challenge, and yes, we are gonna continue where we left off. Okay, so bosses. Which ones do we have left? We have done Darkman Bad, we have done Medusa, we have done Akmadan 2, we have done the Creeds, we have done Doppelgang 40. Did we get the Warp though? Is the question. We could probably go and do Beelzebub. Like, I don't want to do Death right away because Death is going to be quite a few levels, I feel like, and stuff that. Yeah, we did King 40 already. Yeah, we did. Okay, good. And we did go and do that, and we did do that. Okay, as well. So yes, let's get used to things. So we have, like, of course, the Dragon Helm, the Helicopter Eel, and stuff like that. So yes. But then the Moonstone doesn't do anything at this point. So we do a bat form. Actually, let's go and do this here because, some things we can get the course, obviously. Yeah, trying to get used to things when you haven't played in a while. And yeah, of course, I would be willing to do more challenges and stuff like that. I forgot what challenges we have already done and stuff like that, Come on, damn it. I would have definitely hit it there if it wouldn't have, like, it didn't go. Okay. Right, the thing is, right, do we farm certain things is the question, right, that I've really been thinking about. Like, do we farm certain things, right, because yes, I did allow, like, Gauntlet to be used, and at a certain point I will allow, for example, I will allow other things. Because the thing is, right, oops. Let's just do that instead. Second one is done here. Because the thing is, for example, if we gain to a high level, for example, then Galmot won't really give us any levels at all. Can just wait for the beam. Right, we already did it, yeah. Some of the damage we have on that, right. We didn't get Joseph Cloak. Joseph Cloak will mostly be for looks. No one stop that if we do end up getting that. Medicine. Yeah. So we do have elixir, we do have 2 life apples. We do have 4 mana prisms though. And we do have. Right, yeah. I think getting up the other way is probably gonna be easier. No, is this where yeah, that's where the cross is. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be any chance that we're gonna be able to farm a certain thing. I'm pretty certain you can actually get the clock. We could go the way up there, because you need to go that way, right, to get to Alucard Shield. Yeah, because I mean, it doesn't matter really if we get the Alucard Shield or not, and stuff like that, but it would be good for just, So yeah, let's actually not go that way, because that way is a bit more, dangerous. I mean, this way could be get dangerous too, if you're not careful. Lucky that guy is placed like that, and stuff that, so you can get like knocked with it, Now, of course, if that slash would, for example, fail, you would like end up getting hit. But yeah, it's only 54 damage there. The thing is, eventually, like once you get like a shit ton of levels, for example, like, and you have very, very high health. Once you have like very high health, you take like way more damage, by the way. Another thing is, I'm gonna create like a poll or whatever, right? Like if people wanna vote, and stuff that, Yeah, there's no way we take your Guardians already. So get that. That thing isn't even open. And cross, do exist here. Do clock? Yeah, clock do exist here. Maxed out. Nice. And one thing, a series that I'm thinking about doing, but it would probably require a shit ton of saves and stuff that, because I thought about doing like a series where I go over like why. We have enough time to do both of these. So, like, will it stay? Right, then they could have put like a relic here, for example, and stuff that. Like, definitely, I feel like they could have definitely like added more relics to the game. That's something that I would do. Just barely made it, yeah, man. So yeah, the PSP version, of course, PSP version, which I have still, I believe I didn't sell it and stuff that. Like, PSP version came, of course, with a remake, kind of the, what is it? Is it Rondo Blood? Or it's Rondo Blood, right? Because it was called, the Super Nintendo version was called Vampire's Kiss, but I believe it's based on Rondo Blood. Stuff there, which was on the PC engine, and the Vampire Kiss ended up being very, very different, of course, and stuff that. So you can skip, you can. Okay, so they aren't immune to the damage. We need to be careful here though with the thing. We don't take that much damage though from it. And the thing is, we could get lucky, so high potion is here. This is where sort of Hador is. And stuff that's it. Now, would the next run just be, for example, like a Takemitsu run, is the question, what would the next one be, right? Yeah, we do have the warp over there at least. I'm not gonna bother with the Asagal, the Executioner from Hell. I don't know what myth that is from, technically. Can we? No, they don't fucking care about the clock, of course, obviously not. But I do bleed though. So, Dark Metamorphosis. So you can technically actually farm with a Masa from them and stuff that, This wouldn't be a fast way to do it, right? But, See, that's the thing. There are all like ways to farm the Muramasa, so you're guaranteed to get level 99 from doing it. But there is a faster way to farm up the Muramasa. Yes, it's still gonna take a really long time. But I forgot if you will even reach like the. I'm really trying to cast the thing again, by the way. Let's just clean out if there are more of them here first before we go up here. We could theoretically use Bloodstone here. Because base... yeah. This counts as a new room in the next one. That's where the boss is. So you know. And I receive. Yeah, and we're going through things slowly. You might say, oh, the only thing that made it easy was the fact that we're getting, you know, like getting like strong armor and stuff that, you know. So that is true, you know. Max up. Actually, this is where the blood cloak is, which is where Grand hangs out. You know, this is a bit odd because when you check what Graham says, the sword named Graham, it's a sort of house of heirloom. Stuff that then you wonder like, oh man, what's the lore behind all of this stuff, right? You know, is it from a specific myth? You know, is it a reference to certain Castlevania games? You know. This is where, this is wax, crochet stone. Yeah, can we bother killing that though? I'm gonna allow myself to use the dagger here because otherwise we can. It looks like you get hit there, but the box is actually much slower. You're actually safe here, I believe. It was a bit bad to lose the stopwatch there, but you know. I don't know if we can do this through though. I mean, both of them lead actually. Why does it last so short is the main question, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Okay. they aren't worth that much at this point, you know, at level 37, sadly. Did we just go past everything here, or I forgot what's in this room? Okay, right. Yeah, this room is not the way it used to be. Is there another white dragon? Yeah. Okay, so maybe here we're safe. There's something, but you need to be here to... So we can get $1,000 there, which is nice. The Dracula tunic. No, not yet. We have 2 Ring of Arcana, right? No, we have 1 Ring of Arcana. We do have the Ring of Ares, though, for damage and stuff that, but of course increasing our damage, yeah. Man, Starlight, though. Right, and Brilliant Mail, right? Isn't there 2 sources to drop it, or is it just the Sniper of Goth that drops the... Because here's the thing, like, the Brilliant Mail is the angel looking like armor that is like golden, which increases like quote-unquote sub-weapon strength, which, you know, is decent enough. So do we. How many sting potions do we have? We have 1 sting potion. We have no attack potion. And no attack potion. We could slap on the Ring of Ares, though. Is something we could do. If we slap on Warcom right now, we would have 38 armor instead. But Alucard actually provides you with intelligence. Or actually, not, no it doesn't, it's just that Warcom decreases intelligence by a lot. The question is, we did take a bunch of unnecessary damage that we didn't really need to take. Yeah, they don't deal that much damage though. Actually, if we would have farmed to full hearts, then, you know, knives would have been like very, very good here. You know, I'm curious though, since we are defense at 34. What happens if we step on Ring of Ares? How much black? Okay, 7 from that, that's not bad. Right, because it's because of the other card mail, because it resists elemental damage. 104 crit! Yeah, okay, so we take 28 damage from that, but that is... used. You're very good at working together though. he's doing everything to defend her actually. Oh, now he's a bit forward, so now we can get a few hits in. Need to wait for a while here at least. I went up way too early there. I do not want to waste an elixir here. Life potions should maybe be good enough. Back to Red Rust. I was gonna call him Richter, but he's forever. Come on, damn it! Let's just throw a few knives. Just use up our hearts. Okay. That's rare. Oh wow. I mean, that was not something I planned, but you know, that works. Was that a level up though? Did we get a level from that? So that's a good Sifa. Usually this is a bit risky to do. Rest it. Sit right here. Am I blind? Because they should be like on the way here, and it should be here in this room. I am using now. Let's use Ring Virus just to step harder. You know, this is a bit. Don't do this. I don't do this right now. You know, we could use come back later. I'm not gonna risk it now. The rest of that, but yeah, because that's of course where the Fury mail is and stuff. That's yeah, because there should be a thing down there, but that seems like really weird. Like, why doesn't it? You know. Yeah, you just take the slow route, you know what I mean? What? Hey, you can't. Alright, okay, they can go through the mist gate. They just don't give a fuck. Maybe because it is in that corridor. And stuff that, but the weird thing is, why doesn't Hellfire hit it, you know, and stuff that, right? That is. I mean, see, it's not that bad if you don't fail a single hit. You know, then it's not so bad. And I mean, sometimes you get pretty lucky, I feel like, you know. Okay, let's go to top part because we haven't done that yet here. Right, and this is this one. It's now no longer has an enemy, it's just the Buffalo Star. Because of course out of the rubble weapons, the Buffalo Star is the absolute strongest. Buffalo Throwing Star, Razor Sharp, Master Star. And I always felt that due to the fact that there's limited music in the second castle, right, compared to the first one, you know, like, it definitely feels like, man, this is such a downgrade, right, you know, in terms of, you know, like... You know. And, you know, there are certain songs I feel like in the second castle which is, like, really, really good and stuff that, you know, especially what I like to call, like, the reverse library music. But that music also, of course, plays in the chapel, for example, you know. So we are at 98,900 in terms of the XP. Right, hello, Mr. Best Sword in the game. Right, in terms of farming like familiars. Now here's the thing, right, there is a drop. Actually, if we slap on what harness, no, the drop isn't that bad though. I feel like here's the thing, right, if you go in from that side, it is way easier to do the thing here. You don't just immediately get hit by a thing. And of course, yes, they drop block potions as well. But there is a thing that is a pretty huge upgrade if we get it. We're not guaranteed to get it, but you know. Right. Now it is a bit weird in my opinion that gauntlets won't provide any defense, you know, and stuff that, you know. Sometimes it just goes very easy like that in terms of, you know, the imps. You know, sometimes they're just super aggressive with getting you and stuff that, you know. So right, so here's the thing, right, is that they can drop the quote-unquote Kingstone, which is like basically the next in terms of like, sure, you could like farm like the Ring of Feanor, which obviously would be technically easier, but you know, yes, there's another room that I think they also have the imps and the things in it, you know, and stuff like that, but yeah. One thing also that is a slight problem, by the way, is that, you know, yeah, they sure they don't do that much damage, but it's just, you know. So we can get a lot of luck potions, which luck potions I feel like, right, like a lot of people say that, oh, the luck in Symphony of the Night doesn't work, or oh, you need such high luck to affect things. But I feel like what luck really does a lot of is, of course, like make you crit more often, and actually I feel like it also makes the crits stronger technically as well. So I think we've gotten lucky and gotten it and not seen it, no. No, sometimes you can just get very lucky. Now maybe there is a way to use it. Do this and not trigger the thing and not kill all the imps, but just kill these few basically and just, you know, try to make it so that they don't spawn. So there, I do it like this because that feels like you can make it 100% safe. And if you do get that thing to come out, then just, you know. That was something that we got. We didn't get a drop there. Do we have any sirloins? We do have an elixir again. We do have a high potion. But food will be different, right? Yeah, turkey. We have 3 turkeys, 2 Frankfurter, 1 cheese, 1 pot roast. We have some fruits. Right, just. Yeah, how many did we get though in terms of? Yeah, we have 8 luck potions. So, you know. I would have loved if there would have been like a relic that would just make you immune to what the imps do. So that the imps cannot put you in that stun state, you know, and stuff like that, because it's just really, you know. And I don't know if there is technically a thing you can press to get out of it quickly or whatever, you know. Because it's obvious like you need to use jump slash at the correct time to actually get them and stuff, that's right, that they are. But it's not always, because sometimes they are just gonna try and avoid. There's no way it's that difficult to get it. Although, quote unquote, once we have 2 Ring of Arcanas, this will be considerably easier. Yeah, the levels matter here as well, of course, obviously. But it seems like you can almost go into the hitbox without actually getting hit. So that they actually need to do the attack for you to get hit. Level up. So 9916. Well, they actually give you pretty decent amount of XP. Imps. Which is a bit weird, I guess. And that puts us at 30 luck now. And imagine, right, if they could do something like... What was that? Was that luck potion? Yeah, that was just a luck potion. Let's just miss it. Now there are a few things I'm thinking about though, by the way. A few things. Right there's that attack, yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've been thinking about quite a few things. So first off, right, we could farm Ring of Fëanor now. I would probably not allow Ring of Fëanor in the editing and stuff like that because Ring of Fëanor is theoretically actually stronger than both Sunstone and Moonstone. Although again, it would have been really cool if you would be able to combine both the Moonstone and Sunstone into like a stronger version that would not only give you stronger stats, but would also be basically like both of the stones combined. But you wouldn't lose your Moonstone or Sunstone or whatever, but yeah, you know. So I feel like we would need a Ring of Hills here, just to do more damage and stuff like that, just so we can get the kill a little quicker here. And then we'll just... Okay. Then allow him to land and he starts doing that. I definitely feel like jump slashes have less of a chance to mess up or whatever, you know. I say that and then it just messed up several times there. Okay, so that's 64. Or 69 rather. Normally that's down to 45. But with this it only goes down to 50. And if you have two you can have 55 there. But then of course if you combine a gauntlet and a ring of awareness it's really, really good. Yeah, 45. So they have 5 defense. Then well, technically they have more defense because Dragonham lowers defense. So that's 69 and we're losing 64, yeah, so they have 5 defense left. So I'm guessing they maybe have 10 defense normally then. Yeah. Our MP pool is 195. And I will probably need to go and write down the luck password again, you know, and stuff like that. But I kind of wish something that they did is just added a way to just automatically have the name inputted. Like if you have entered like Richter or Maria before, or like the luck password, and then you should just be able to use, you know, select the route again, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. I wonder at one point if they call like the regular boss enemies here were meant to have like a higher XP threshold or whatever, right? Because it makes no sense, right? That oh, yeah, you meet this enemy late and then they just give you like 1 XP and stuff that like it makes no sense. Of course, this guy makes sense, right? Because you can farm the Ring of Fëanor and stuff that, you know. Okay. Of course, back on the PlayStation, there were several items that I never got. Did he just absorb there or something? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show damage number, sometimes. Yeah, see there, they didn't show damage number there. So I'm guessing he is sometimes invulnerable. Okay. Like, yes, of course, a luck potion here would help. Yeah, see there was no damage numbers there. No, of course, keep my dough, of course, if we would have something like the... Because if you get the Kingstone, for example, yes, the Kingstone is very good. Oh yeah, I know that the drop rate is like really, really low, by the way. Oh wait, we need to go this way, right? Yeah. No, we're going, damn it. I forgot. What is our defense? 10, okay, wait. $9,371. Yeah, there's only 1 HP per kill. Just a few more. Because here's the thing, right? If this takes forever, then we're not gonna bother. Now here's the thing though, if we get a Ring of Fëanor to drop, by the way, I will slap it on instead of a Ring of Ares, just, to make just, if... I mean, I don't think that it will be stronger technically than the Ring of Ares, but, there's not that big of a chance that we're gonna get hit by Karasaman, like this is like very, very safe and stuff that, but I believe the Ring of Fëanor also gives you to like all stats, just like how Moonstone gives you all the different stats and stuff that, right? That it would be like, it would be +2, all the different stats. You know, a lot of people try to be like, oh, I'm getting Ring of War can drop. I remember playing it for the first time and getting it. Sure, you can remember that and stuff that, right? But did you play it or at a friend's place? Because because it will count as a replay file if they've already beaten it. And I believe like once you've beaten the game, like even if you delete all the save files on the memory card, once you have cleared the game once, the game quote unquote remembers it. So you can clear all your save files and it won't ever be like playing the game from the very beginning again, you know, and stuff that. You cannot get like a true fresh file again, I believe. I think that's how it worked on PlayStation, but I'm not 100% certain. So yeah, you could delete all the raw data from the memory card, all your save files. And it will still remember the fact that you had beaten the game and stuff that, you know. But then even if you would stick in a fresh memory card, like once you've beaten Symphony of the Night, there is no way to start a fresh, like an actual fresh run. But I also feel like having certain names, I think, do affect the luck in the game, because I definitely feel like when I've used certain names, certain drops seems like almost like more likely to happen or whatever, right? You know, it seems weird at times, but yeah. I know them if you haven't yet. I'm just double checking. You might say, oh, this is a boring farm and stuff that, and sure, you know, that is just something, you know. I think it's eventually, I will probably allow Feanor and stuff that eventually, you know, stuff that. Now here's a big problem, by the way. The Kingstone can only drop from those flying imps and stuff that, you know. There's the resist dark, which is a bit weird. We saw a lot of resist darks at first, but then we didn't see them again. And here's the thing: like the resist dark is his common drop, so the fact that even the common drop is as rare as it is, you know. Which is because, like, why would luck mode be so effective at giving you drops, right, when it's only like 99 luck and stuff that, you know, stuff that. I know that Ring of Feanor is like a really bad drop chance. But yeah, we do know, however, that Ring of Arcanas do work and stuff that, you know. And theoretically, if you could get the maximum luck in the game, which I believe you can actually technically get 999 luck, but you won't have that even from being like 1199 and stuff that you won't have max luck. Normal luck file is of course different, because on your luck mode file you will have of course way less like max health and way less of certain stats. So, maybe I didn't go all the way to the right there, oops. Oh, we got hit for once, yo. I do remember there are certain people that say sometimes that in certain games, like I think it was in Diablo 2, they figured it out that if you kill the opponent after a certain amount of time, you can, like, what is it, guarantee your drops. But then you would have to, like, figure out what the internal timer in the game is and stuff that, you know. whatever it is, right? I sometimes think that it always has to do sometimes also with how long you spend in a fight here. So if you would know the correct frame to kill an enemy on, whatever, you could like guarantee drops or something, you know, maybe. I don't know if that's how it works in Symphony of Night. Because I know that there have been people looking into the code and stuff that, you know. What's on here? Okay. I mean, we did drop this. We did grant and Sif, and we did do a lot of exploring. Yeah, so let's slap on the double gauntlets. Yeah, I think we can just safely go through here. I mean, I could use slap on the spike break if I really, really want to. Come on. I mean, if we would have Ring of Arcana here, it would be helpful. Come on, man. Let's just go over here, even though we cannot open it over here. You know, which I mean, there would have been enough room on the map there to put something, you know. And the Asgard can, of course, both drop the Morn Blade and then they can also drop the other thing. How much damage did Max do? Only 30 damage, actually. But because he's weak to everything holy, because he is like dark. Nice. What poison? I had no idea that that guy can poison. And that was very weird. But let's go because we do have that warp. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. And here, normally what you're meant to do is you're normally meant to like miss that and stuff that, right? And I have no idea how to do it, so I'm just gonna try. So you do that, and then you need to do double, right? Into and then into that. And then it would be like you do the wing smash. I don't know exactly how to do it properly and stuff like that, but yeah. You could of course also, for example, just grab the in the library, by the way. I mean, does any of this that gives you 1 luck though? It fails. I feel we're gonna one shot, right? No, it is a 2-shot. So I'm guessing Ring of Paris might be enough to 1-shot. No, there's still a 2-shot, sadly. 7,185. Okay. So I'm guessing it's the Malachi that actually gave us a lot. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna try and farm the Ring of Water because, of course, the fact that this is like a New Game Plus run. Because here's the thing: at the time attack, you won't even have that rush or show up at all, and stuff that to see certain things. But yeah. You might think, of course, that after we're done with the challenge, you might think that, oh, yeah, the challenge is now over and stuff that, which is not 100% true though, and stuff that, like the challenge won't be over, and stuff that. So yeah, it's a nice crit though. So there are several like very, very useful things we could farm up for, by the way. One thing, of course, is Sadie from the Dude Bird drops it Sadie, and stuff that. And I believe it's the only enemy that actually drops it, and that's of course the Heart Brooch. But the Heart Brooch is way more common than the Rune Sword, that it can also quote unquote drop and stuff that, Here we go. It's not actually that rare and stuff that, right? Especially if you have a bunch of luck and you have an actual black Ring of Arcana and stuff that, yeah. So what is that? 47, 57, 67, 77. So is it 30 plus and no stats now? 30 to strength at least. Right. 40, 50, 60, 70. 10 constitution. 43, 50, 60, 70, 30 intelligence,